Aquarius, I'm Christy, you're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot, and this is your reading for the month ahead. As always, if anything I say resonates or you know it will in the future, because obviously it hasn't happened yet, please let me know by liking and subscribing. Let's get on with your reading. Oh, before I get on with your reading, sorry. If anybody replies to your comments saying to message them for a reading, it isn't me. Do not give anybody money. Even if it says Tiny Turtle Tarot on the username and it looks a lot like me, it is not me. I do not have WhatsApp, I do not have Facebook, and I'll never ask you for money. So anyways, now that's out of the way, let's get on with your reading. What is happening for the beautiful Aquarius this month? Firstly, you have the Four of Pentacles. This says power. I love these tarot cards because the words sometimes aren't my traditional meaning of the card, and it's not like, it just adds to it. Power, like there's some type of power in you. Four of Pentacles is kind of like holding on. Page of Wands, King of Wands, Three of Pentacles. As always, I'm going to talk you through these cards first and then clarify and get more out of them. Four of Pentacles, though, like I said, it's like holding on. It's kind of stubborn energy, but especially when it says power, like there's something powerful about you staying stubborn in certain areas of your life and refusing to quit. Page of Wands right next to that. Page of Wands is passion and excitement, so there's something tied to that. There's something tied to you remembering why you started something, remembering the original inspiration and excitement and fire you had behind your ideas. If you're an entrepreneur, or if you're creating something or starting a business, starting anything in your life, any type of project, remember why you're starting, because there's something where you're going to hit an obstacle, or you recently have, and the way that you'll fuel through this obstacle and power through is because you're so stubborn and because you're aware of it's actually worth the effort. It is worth the effort. It's almost like you can get through anything if you want it bad enough, so just remember why you want it, if that makes sense. Like there's something where you sometimes forget your strength and you forget your stubbornness, and it's almost like, just like, because I kind of see, like, as an example, someone just laying down next to a little bump in the road, and someone kind of comes up to you and you go, and they say, why aren't you moving? And you're like, well, what's the point? Like, and it's not that you can't go over the bump in the road, it's that you can't see the point. So there's something saying, remember actually why you want to get to where you're going. Remember the destination, right? Because it's just as if, so again, like say you're driving a car, you're not going to get to where you're going if you don't know where you're going. You're just going to drive in circles, you're going to get lost because you don't know where you're going. So just remember where you're going, remember why you wanted to go there in the first place. And if you're watching this like, I don't know where I want to go, what are you on about? There's something here where you're finding that inspiration this month. You're finding something that powers you through. You're finding something that makes you go, oh, that's something to do. That is what I should be doing. That is what I want. That is who I want to be. That's what I want to become. That's what I want to work on becoming stronger in. Whatever this is about, there's something where there's a fire within you being relit, and it fuels you through everything else. Every obstacle, big and small, you just go, cool. Because you remember the point. You remember that was the whole point. And I don't know what that is you're remembering, but it's just giving you this whole sense of power that you've always had, but you just kind of like let it have a nap. There's a lion within you, or a tiger, and you just let it rest and have a nap for a while, because you're like, well, I don't need it, I don't really need it, I don't know where I'm going. And it's something where I feel like you know where you're going, or you're remembering this month. King of Wands. I feel like there could be someone next to you that's also like in this energy, because like look, this looks very similar, but the way they are on my table is, yeah, they're like that. And so it's very much like your flame is like drawing someone to you, your excitement, your passion, you're inspiring others with your light, with your fire, and this King of Wands is coming towards you. I almost feel like King of Wands is my card of like, that's someone that's kind of fake. And it's this energy of you're kind of the real version of who someone wants to be and is pretending they are. And that's not me saying, oh, they're fake, they're pretending. I really don't mean it in a negative way like that, but it's just as if they don't actually know it's possible to be the real deal until they meet you, or if this is someone you already know who I'm talking about, they've recently met you and gone, oh, here I am pretending to be this thing that I thought, you know, wasn't real, and you're the actual thing. You're the real deal. You're not. Some of you, this could actually be about like spiritual stuff, right? Like if you're a reader yourself, or if you're psychic, if you're intuitive, it's almost like you're going to come across someone that's like pretending. They're faking it till they make it, right? And then they meet you and they go, oh, you're actually a witch. Huh. And to begin with, they might be intimidating, and then they go, actually, I'm too curious to look away. I have to keep coming towards you now. I want to be more like you. Which is interesting, because it's Page of Wands, like King of Wands. A lot of people would put the King of Wands as being further along in his journey than the Page of Wands. But I just feel as if it's you kind of, you're a lot more than the Page of Wands, but it's just the energy you're choosing to embody right now is to go, I'm going to be a lot more playful, a lot more fun, a lot more lighthearted, and a little bit less intense, because like your power is like sizzling inside of you, and on the outside you're a Page of Wands. Playful, fun, young, and then to someone else they're going, oh, there's more there than meets the eye. Don't play with that, Aquarius. Don't play with that, Aquarius. They mean what they say. 3 of Pentacles. This is like collaborating. So again, some of you, whatever it is you do, and it might not be witchy, intuitive stuff, but whatever it is you do it so well that someone else is like almost pretending, almost like copying other people. Say this is someone that's, I don't even have an example, a writer. I always use writing in books, it's just so like simple to do. Say someone's a writer, they read a book, they get inspired by it, they write a book, and they change the names of the characters and they flip the story around a little bit, but it's the same scenario, it's the same problem solving situation. This happens, but it's okay because this happens and this fixes this. Like there's something where someone wants to be a writer and they just mimic other writers. Here you are, and you're completely original in everything you do, and they now like, oh, I want to be around you, I want to spend time with you, you're real, you're real. I didn't know that was possible. I thought everybody was copying everybody. I didn't know you could actually be who you really are. And so there is some type of collaboration coming, and that may sound like it's not of use to you because you're like, I don't want someone that just copies other people. But there's, for some reason, there's confidence within this person that's going to give you confidence. There's confidence and fire and certainty, and it just gives you more, for some reason, even though you're more real and honest, this person has something else, some other power within them that it's going to benefit both of you if you collaborated. They might have like, it just feels like adding fuel to the fire. Like this person just is going to add fuel to your fire. It might even be the fact that when you meet them, they are more successful, right? King of Wands, Page of Wands. This person could be more successful in certain areas of their life, even though they've faked it till they made it. And you're like, well, if you can be as successful as you are by BSing your way through everything and copying other people, and you can be successful as on this huge scale, what can I do when I'm the real deal? Like it's something where someone's going to give you a confidence boost without intending to. You're both using each other, not using each other, but you're using each other and benefiting from each other's energy and learning from each other and building each other up. They're going, oh, you're actually real. I didn't know anybody was. And you're going, oh, huh. If you can do it, I can do it better. Like it's intense, but you're both, I think you were both also smart enough to know that, I don't know what this is about. Also, this is fire and this is passion. Some of you, this is also about a relationship in some way for some of you. And it's someone going, oh, you're actually who you said you were. This could be like if you're single and you were dating someone, you're getting to know someone, a little bit of time has passed and they're like, oh, you weren't pretending, you actually were the real deal, you actually were everything you said you were, you actually, oh, this is intense. Because I was pretending, now I feel a bit silly. And then there's something there though, that, like I'm saying, of you going, well, how come you're, like this person's persona or something, they have this outer shell of I just think there's like this shattering happening of the way you've perceived a person, and then also the way they perceived you. The Hanged Man could come out because it's like a complete change in the way someone's seeing you. It's turning around 180, and then you are doing the same for this person. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. You have the Five of Cups. Disappointment. There is something you're disappointed that you held on to for too long. But just remember that it's actually like built your strength and your power in some way. Because I don't know why I'm getting like... I'm always seeing someone holding a hot something. Like a hot pan or something. And you were stuck to it. You know when something's really, 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 really hot and you get stuck to it because it's that hot. Don't know what I'm doing with my hand, sorry. But you know what I mean, if you've ever burnt yourself, you get stuck to something. And there's something where that's what's happened. There was something you almost were stuck to, even though it was hurting you, but you were stuck to it. And you're disappointed in yourself, but it's like, actually, you had no choice. You're disappointed in yourself, like, oh, I didn't need to stay stuck, but for some reason you did. For some reason you were physically stuck. And I don't know why I'm laughing, but you were physically stuck to something. And now it's like, you're disappointed in yourself. Don't be disappointed in yourself. Like imagine if you were to burn yourself on like a hot stove or whatever. You wouldn't be like, I'm so disappointed in you, hand. How dare you stay stuck? How dare you stay stuck? Like, now you've burned yourself. You wouldn't do that. Like, burning yourself was enough of a punishment. And also, it's not your fault. Again, it was just the fact that thing, the environment you were in was so hot that it, you know what I mean? Like, there's some type of circumstance where you might be blaming yourself for something that really isn't your fault. It was the way you were treated. It was the way you were manipulated or convinced a certain thing was a certain way. But it's not your fault for not seeing that. It's not your fault for, you know, believing the best rather than, you know, yeah, be kinder to yourself, because it's just like you're seeing the best in someone and now you're beating yourself up for that. It's like, no. That's not a bad thing to see the best in people. You also have the Hanged Man on the bottom, like I said, of you're changing the way you saw someone. It's almost like someone treated you as if you were fake whilst they were fake. So they were projecting their own fake energy. Because they're fake and they're pretending, they just assumed everyone else is. And you're over here being the real deal. And now they're like, oh shiz. Wrong person. Wrong person to mess with. Wrong person to play. And this could be someone that's been played before and that's why they're doing it. They're like, they want to be in control and they want to be messing with people or something. And then it's like, you're the one. I don't know what this is about. Also, this isn't going to resonate if you're in a very happy long-term relationship, but there could be something within your workplace, within your friend group, where somebody's treating you the way that they've been treated in the past because they want to be the one in control, and you're going to have none of it because you're not treating people based on the way you've been treated in the past. You're treating people based on who you are as a person and the energy you want to give to the world. Clarify the Page of Wands. You have strength with the Page of Wands. Like I said, you're strong in remembering your why. Remembering your why. And I know that sounds weird. I know it sounds maybe not very important, but it is. It's the fuel. It's the fuel that's driving you forward. It's the fuel within you that keeps you inspired enough to keep getting up each day, to keep moving forward, to keep going towards your next thing. What is your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? Where are you going? Why do you want that? And there's something where it's giving you a lot of strength. Clarify the King of Wands. Nope. Clarify the King of Wands. You have the Nine of Cups. There you go. Someone else is absolutely full of themselves, and I always say that that's not a bad thing. If you're not full of yourself, who are you full of? Take that as it resonates. And with the King of Wands and the Nine of Cups, it's like you're seeing somebody else's ability to be so happy within themselves, even though they might be a terrible person. And everyone's got good and bad within them, but this person's bad outweighs their good or something. It's a really negative energy. Their bad outweighs their good. And you're like, but they're still happy. They're still so happy. And it's not just like an act. This person's like, you can just feel this person is so happy. And you're like, okay, if they're happy after everything they've done to other people, maybe, just maybe, I'm allowed to be happy with myself as well. Because I'm definitely a much kinder, better person in general than that person is. Clarify the Three of Pentacles. Clarify the Three of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. Divine counterparts. Again, some of you are working with this person. Some of you are about to work with someone or already do. And others of you, this is your relationship you're currently in. It's very, very messed up. I don't know how. Take this as it resonates, obviously. King of Queen of Wands are divine counterparts. You and someone else are very much power couple, very much Bonnie and Clyde, very much villains, partners in crime. With the Three of Pentacles, you're working together. Like, you're working together, and this could be you and someone else working together to build a stronger, more healthier connection. If it's like, if that's what you're aspiring to do. Others of you, you're using each other. You're using each other. And I don't mean like you're using each other, but you're using each other. I don't know what that means. In a positive way, like you're both aware of it. You're both self-aware enough and aware of each other to go, yeah. And you're letting the other do it. You're like, yep, you can use me for that, and you can use me for that. Like, that's what I'm here. You're letting each other use each other, to build confidence in yourself, to build whatever it is. Both of you balance each other out really well, except it's like the person you're connected to embodies an energy, and you can see that they just kind of pick and choose the energy they want. How confident do they want to be today? How loud do they want to be? How much do they need to like woo and entertain people today? And you can see someone else doing that and pretending, and you're like, oh, what if I chose to do that but to be real about it? What if I realized that I can actually turn my natural, genuine authenticity up? I don't have to put on a fake act, but I can turn the volume in which I speak, in which the things I say, I can choose to have more confidence in myself, to be less afraid, to be less, whatever it is, like less afraid of your own power. Some of you, it's almost like you think you're afraid of some type of confrontation or energy. I don't know what it is, but it's like you think you're afraid of it, but really you're just afraid that you're afraid of your full, like, potential. And that might not hit right now, but it's going to. You're gonna, like later on, you're gonna go, yeah, that makes sense. Because it's you're playing small or something, and you're actually afraid of the fact that you are sleeping on your own abilities, or sleeping on the best version of yourself you could possibly be. You're not fully embodying that, and then someone else is showing you how easy it is to pretend, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna actually do it though. You can pretend all you want, but I'm gonna actually do it. I don't know why I'm getting that that movie Big Eyes come through, and it's kind of like where I forget the actual name of the artist, but it's a real story obviously of the lady that painted the Big Eyes paintings, and her husband took all the credit because like he said they would sell for more money or whatever it was, and in the end obviously they went to court, and she sits there and she paints the painting, and he couldn't do it because it wasn't his. And it's a real story, and there's something here where you're authentically you're doing the work, you're actually putting in the effort to become the real deal, and you already are the real deal, and people are about to realize it, and somebody else is almost pretending, and somehow you're collaborating, right? There's like painting, see? So there's something here, somebody could have taken credit for your work, it could go as far to say, but you're going to get justice, because at the end of the day the truth always comes out, and it's always going to be known of. Like, prove it then. If you're the one that did that, show it. Show that you can do it again. And you'd be able to, and your partner wouldn't, or whatever this is about. The truth always comes out in the end. Who's really real? Who's really real, and who's pretending to be real? I'm gonna wrap this up here. I don't know, this is kind of a wacky reading. I feel like this won't resonate with many, but oh well. If it did resonate, or you know it will in the future, please let me know by liking and subscribing. I'll see you next Tuesday for 10 Tuesdays.